What can I do?
It is a privilege.
Wait here?
Are we going to sleep here tonight? If so, I'd rather use a bedroll. The beds here have mattresses that can nearly walk away all by themselves.
All the time complaining. Vilja, this is a great hotel. Type a Septim hotel. Okay?
Alright, relax here for a while.
Sure. You will stay here too, won't you?
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about a legendary figure in the Elder Scrolls modding community. If you have played Morrowind, Oblivion or Skyrim, you have likely encountered her work without realizing it. I'm talking about the incomparable Emma, the creator of one of the greatest companion mods in Elder Scrolls history, Companion Vilja. Emma began her journey in 2002 with the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. In an era where NPC faces were often blocky and repetitive, her Emma's head packs were revolutionary, adding hundreds of high-quality, diverse heads that transformed the game's aesthetic. She also pioneered early companion AI, creating followers that didn't just walk behind you but had schedules, preferences, and backstories. I regularly feature one of her followers, Laura Craft, on our channel. Emma said this about Laura Craft. Laura was originally released in August 2002. Of course, Laura is not as polished as Vilja, she's a lot older. But I think back in those days, she was probably the most advanced Morrowind companion out there. And I would believe that she has some similarities with Vilja, although Laura was surely more annoying. Wow, Morrowind was released on 1st May 2002 and Emma had the first follower mod ready in August of that year. That's incredible. In my testing, Laura Craft is a very pleasant companion. She water walks and levitates alongside our player character. She also has location-based commentary. For example, when you go to an inn, she asks you to get her a drink. When we go to the Balmora Mages Guild, she gets jealous because of the way Ajira stares at your player character. When we arrive at Sidani, she asks you about your arrival on the boat. Back in 2002, when this mod first came out, the inclusion of location-based commentary was truly ahead of its time. I find that this feature significantly enriches your overall Morrowind experience. Emma also worked on a quest mod called The White Wolf of the Loken Mountain, where you visit an enchanting island, a charming village, and a castle that could be a player's home. The mod offers a main quest with approximately 20 hours of playtime along with side quests. Then came Vilja. Originally released for Oblivion and later rebuilt for Skyrim, Vilja is widely considered the gold standard for voiced followers. Unlike vanilla companions, Vilja is a living character with over 4,000 lines of dialogue. She can lead the player to locations, interact with other modded followers, and even has her own profession as an aspiring bard and alchemist. The mod features a complex disposition system where her attitude towards you changes based on your actions. I consider Companion Vilja to be one of the all-time great Elder Scrolls mods. I think Emma laid some incredible foundations with that mod. Without Vilja, Inigo and Lucian wouldn't exist. Without Inigo, Fallout 4 companions wouldn't be how they are. Vilja laid the foundations for how Bethesda will handle companions for the rest of time. One of the most touching stories in gaming history is Emma's collaboration with the legendary fantasy author Sir Terry Pratchett. A devoted fan of Oblivion, Pratchett played with the Vilja mod and eventually reached out to Emma. He didn't just play it, he helped write for it. Pratchett contributed dozens of lines of chatter and helped design the questline where Vilja helps the player navigate dungeons. This collaboration resulted in a companion that captured a bit of the wit and wisdom of Discworld, forever bridging the gap between professional literature and fan-made content. In the Nexus mods page, one user asked Emma about creating Vilja whenever Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. People have been talking about Elder Scrolls 6. Do you have any desire to create Vilja once more? I deeply beg you to do so when the game is released. The Elder Scrolls is not Elder Scrolls for me when there is no Vilja. Oh wow, what a comment. Emma responded, Ikan, I'm so happy to hear that Vilja adds so much to your game. It really is heartwarming. I won't do any companions for future Elder Scrolls games. When I made Vilja for Oblivion, I felt she was very appreciated and people liked her, including my voice acting. With Skyrim, the demands have been different. Professional voice acting and proper American English has been more important than content, storyline, and genuine love for the game and for modding. Unfortunately, I cannot deliver this, and therefore there will be no Vilja in Elder Scrolls 6. There is a limit to how much one is prepared to cope with just for the love of modding. I have now reached that limit. I don't feel that hiring a professional voice actress is really an option. There are things in life that should be made out of love and not acted by a professional. And even if a professional voice actress is more skilled than me, I wouldn't trust that she had the same love for the character that I have created. Again, I can feel that your post is very genuine, and I'm thoroughly happy about that. You feel she has added so much to your game. That is very sad. I don't understand people who want professional voice acting or proper American English. These kinds of entitled demands are so disrespectful to more authors who are putting their heart and soul into creating art for all of us. I find Vilja's accent to be utterly charming, by the way. She is the most fleshed out, interesting, believable, and outright well-crafted companion in both Oblivion and Skyrim, in my opinion. But Vilja in Elder Scrolls 6 would have been incredible. I feel Bethesda should have hired Emma to release Vilja with the base game. Just imagine. That would have been amazing. But I respect Emma's decision. She has given so much to the Elder Scrolls community. We should have no expectations anymore. To conclude, Emma's work reminds us that modding is an art form. With millions of downloads and hundreds of positive comments, her impact on the Elder Scrolls community is undeniable. If you have ever traveled with Vilja, share your favorite memory in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. May the divines watch over you.
Bye. Goodbye.
I'm thinking of changing my hairstyle. Do you think I would look good if I cut it short?
I think you would look lovely.
So, you don't like my hair the way it is then?
Oh my god, what is this with women? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Anytime.